Hi guys, I'm Andy, and I like to build cutting boards. And while that's usually a great thing, I've actually got a problem. I have too many cutting boards to put nicely in the kitchen. In fact, they end up stacking on top of each other on the counter. And well, Miss Fagan isn't happy with that. So today, we're gonna make a quick and easy cutting board holder. This cutting board holder is gonna hold about 6 to 7 cutting boards, and it's gonna sit in my pantry. Ideally, I'm gonna have them standing vertical so that I can slide them in this way versus stacking them up where I have to move 1, 2, whatever to get to the one I need. So today, we've got a very easy and quick build to make a cutting board holder. Let's go. Okay, I've got my measurements. Let's take our full sheet of 1/4 inch plywood and head to the table saw. All right, now that we've got all of our wood cut, we even went ahead and cut in channels on the top and bottom pieces that our wood is gonna slide into. So we took our time to make sure it's not too snug because once again, it doesn't have to be structural, it just has to be able to support each other. And now you'll see that we may run into another issue. So if you've got all your pieces like this, you may not be able to get your hands in there since this is pretty tight. So we've got 2.5 inches, an inch and a half, inch and a half, inch and a half, inch, an inch down here in the bottom. And well, you may not have enough room to put your fingers in there. So what we're gonna have to do, we're gonna have to take our dividers and we're gonna have to cut out a section like that. And that way we can easily just grab the cutting board without hitting the dividers. So we'll go ahead, we'll take a scrap piece of wood that I've already got, and we'll mock up a semicircle or half circle. We'll take it to the bandsaw, which I do have new blades, so this should go really fast. We'll get the insides cut. So we have 8 dividers, so we need to cut 6 of those with that half circle, and then the outside 2 will stay normal. So let's head to the bandsaw. We'll get that done. We'll come back here. We'll start gluing. All right, now that we've got our dividers cut, we've got the semicircle cut out in them. And full disclaimer, a brand new bandsaw blade makes all the difference in the world. That was the fastest I've ever cut so many things at one time. Okay, now one thing to note, whenever you're cutting a strip or cutting the channels out of your top and bottom piece, you've got to be really careful. So this is already a thin piece of plywood, right? It's only 1/4 inch. When you start building your channel, you're gonna make it 1/8 inch or less, and it's gonna start warping a little bit. It's the same process that people cut wood to make it curve, but we're not trying to make it curve, but you're gonna have to be careful. And this one, I do have a little bit of cracking because it's so thin at that part. So this is gonna be the base, that way I don't have to worry about moving around. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna fill the channels full of glue. I'll start putting the dividers in. I've got some red oak blocks that I'm gonna try to use to help hold it together, or at least keep them from falling into each other. We'll get the bottoms glued in, and then we'll put the top on, or at least that's the plan for now. So let's get dirty, let's get gluing, let's put this thing together. All right, now we've got the channels fully saturated for the glue. I'm gonna wipe off the top And a couple things to note here. I'm using a lot of glue because we're not going to use any other hardware. This thing is just going to be glued together because, once again, not structural. It's just a divider. All right, we've got it all glued up. The glue has dried. Pretty light overall. Not a lot of structural support because, once again, this is 1/4 inch plywood, but this thing turned out really, really cool. I really like that we've got the round over or the half circles for the cutting board to slide here. And you know what? I've got a stack of cutting boards here, so let me go ahead and set them in so that you guys can see what it looks like when they're in there and how easy it is to grab them. And these are just a few of the cutting boards that we have, but it'll work for this exercise. Okay. So you'll look there, we've got 7 cutting boards that are easy to access, each one of them, without getting stuck on the dividers. You know, the only one that's a little tight, this one is like right at 1 inch or slight of that, and that's kind of hard to get this one in and out. Same thing with this one because the feet. And then we've got the glass one here at the end. But really, these two right here are the cutting boards that we use the most. So this thing turned out super awesome. I can't wait to put this in the pantry and organize the kitchen just a little bit more, but hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I told you it was gonna be a quick one. Hopefully you get a chance to make a cutting board organizer in your near future. Until next time, we'll see you later.